What's up, guys? Zade here. Who are we with today?
Yahney,
And what you do?
top 32, the Hartford YCS.
Hell yeah. Any shout outs before we get into it?
Yeah, I don't know his name, but shout out the guy that made this deck. I found it on YouTube. A week ago, I was playing Despia, and I went to like a big locals, and I just noticed that like you just get Mystic Mind and you just lose if you don't draw a Harpy's Feather Duster game one. So I decided to be a degenerate and play Mystic Mind deck.
Hell yeah. Well, let's see this list.
Nice, awesome. So you start out with it's 60 cards. You start out with 3 Golden Lords. 60 card list, you need 3. Stricter Cell, then get your engine. 2 black, 1 white.
Oh, this was a card in the your top 32 match. It seemed like it kind of sucks. You opened this and double trap. Does that happen a lot, or was that kind of an anomaly?
Yeah, I mean, I play 2 of these and 3 Sanguine. I just happen to open up all the special summon ones, so I mean, it happens sometimes, but usually you could, discard this with later in the list I play like Brand Fusion. You could discard it with Lubellion and then banish it from the grave. So usually it was pretty good, but yeah, that was just unfortunate. I opened up 3 elixirs. Then for the traps for them, I play the 3 Sanguine, right? The 3 Conch, 3 Huck Carol, because you play 60, and 1 Golden Man Forever.
How was this card for you? I've never personally played this in Eldlich.
This card was actually completely bonkers because whenever you'd have your floodgates or anything up, you would just search this with Cursed Eldland, and then you'd ensure that most decks, if they play an out, they play 1 out. Mm-hmm. So this just ensures you just win the duel, game 1 especially. And also, I play Zombie World in my list. So when you have Zombie World up, and you have Eldlich, you contribute any of your monsters. So
that's kind of saucy. Cool. You can even get rid of an Albion or something.
Yeah, exactly. You can get rid of your Albion. You can get rid of your Aluber. Aluber I got rid of a few times, which is cool. And then also, obviously, you can get rid of the Golden Lands and then reuse them.
And did you like 3 Hawquero? I know most of us played 2, but this being 60, there's probably just room for more.
I didn't really notice it, to be honest. Yeah, it was all right. You might be able to cut it to 2, but it's a 60-card list, so it's kind of iffy. I tested a lot of different things with this deck, and I just realized at the end that guy's list was pretty strong, the one he made. So I tried keeping it the same. 2 Lubers, 2 Albaz, and then Necro Banshee, Zombie World, and Doom King Valjox.
This in the main feels like it would help a lot of matches. Do you think it's like Sword Soul Flunder? Were there anything else that was a blowout in?
Sword Soul Flunder, and then surprisingly, if I had Rivalry, it was good against every other matchup. So, because it's just Rivalry locks him with zombies. Yeah. This was actually really strong today. This card was actually, in testing, it was really good, but here it was just I drew this card every game, and it was just very bad.
Aw. It's good everywhere but in the hand.
Exactly. These were good. So, a lot of games people didn't see the branded engine, and then game 2, I would just start OTKing them because they just didn't know I played the cards to do it. So obviously, the 3 Brand Fusion and then 1 Theater.
How'd you feel about Theater?
I tried cutting it, but you play it for the set rotation, so you have a card to give them except for Zombie World.
That's true. That kind of sucks if you have to give them this if they're playing Despia, but I guess you would give them Zombie World in that instance.
Yeah. So occasionally, game 1, I actually would give Despia this. But it would be only if I needed to activate my Mystic Mind to just win the duel. Because game 1, they're either playing Harpy Feather Duster or they're just not playing it out in their deck.
And you're not decking out.
And I'm not decking out, exactly. So I decked out 4 people today, which is kind of a lot.
I think that Mystic Mind strategies in a deck like this where the die roll is kind of really important. You want to win game 1 because you want to go first game 3. It seems really, really strong.
100%, and it's even more better in this because, I mean, you could do the strategy to deck them out, but if they have an answer, later in the game you just can Golden Lord, get rid of your mind and then summon it. Or under Mystic Mind, you can just keep Golden Lording your traps and then just sending cards from your hand and popping their field.
Just breaking their board until you're ready to push.
Yeah, exactly. So 3 Mind. Honestly, in testing, this was the card that I won a lot of my duels with, but in here, I decked those 4 people out. Besides those people, I just, didn't really activate this card at all, which was very surprising, because this is the card that I won with most of the time. But in this tournament, I probably used it maybe 6 times, and 4 of the times I decked them out, so I mean, it was good. It was just weird. And then you play 3 Eyes of the Land.
3 more Mystic
3
Mine.
more Mystic Mine. Surprisingly, I actually was getting zombie rolled with it more of the time. And it was actually winning me the game getting zombie rolled, which is cool.
Is this if your opponent specials a monster, right?
Yeah, if your opponent special monster. Terraforming, set rotation, and 3 more. Mystic
9 mine. The Mystic 9.
Mystic 9 deck. Nice. Then for my floodgates, 3 skill drain. Obviously, this card's horrible against adventures, but I only draw it against adventures, so that's cool. 3 goes in, 3 rivalry, and then 3 Seekaboo. And this card probably did the least amount all day, but I mean, it won me a Sword Soul match. Besides that, it did nothing.
Did the others perform well?
These were the best. These were okay, surprisingly. Yeah, Rivalry was broken, but the rest were okay. Gozen was I sided out against Despia, obviously, so.
When I was playing Eldlich, I was playing 3 of these as well, and I noticed that, like, it's really hard in the current meta and the meta prior where, like, a lot of decks lose to this, a lot of decks lose to this, a lot of decks lose to this, but none of them lose to one of those cards. So it's kind of like, you're playing them all, and sometimes it's going to be insane auto win, but sometimes it's just like dead in a matchup and it sucks.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, luckily usually decks will lose to 2 of the 3, which is cool.
And so if you draw 1 of the 2 of the 3, you're lit, but if you draw 1 of the 1 that sucks.
Exactly. Then you have to discard it, or you have to work around it. I mean, in my top 32, the live stream, like, I drew this one, and then I drew this too late. But I just drew this one, and then I just lost.
If you would have had this and that paired up, it would have probably been game.
It would have been good, yeah. I mean, he also activated a cool card I never saw, so I just drew really bad. I mean, yeah. So there's that, and then 2 Judgments. Again, Mystic Mine. If you make it stick, you win. So use main deck them.
Why a 2 of and not a 3 of?
You don't want to see it going second, and you want to see it going first. And the thing is if you're playing to deck them out, you're drawing so many cards, so it's like you're bound to see it. Yeah, and the deck's like kind of tight, like towards the end.
That's weird to think that the 60 card deck is tight.
Yeah, like, I mean, I tried cutting set rotation theater, but I ended up putting them back in. Like, those are kind of flex spots. I tested like Dogmaticas. They didn't perform too much, so yeah, 3 extra.
Pot of Greed's crazy.
Yeah, broken, and you play like 7 cards that you could brand a fusion for, so this card will never be dead. Never make your play dead. Probably one of the MVPs of the day. 3 Super Poly. Good against Despia, good against Sword Soul. If you have Zombie World on the field, it's good against literally every deck.
Oh yeah, because you can just take 2 guys.
Yeah, so I would like Demise of the Land and then Super Poly them. So that was really strong. And then Callback. So 60 main.
Callbys is one of the best cards in the format still. That card's insane.
Yeah, this card is the best card in the game. Like, kind of. Extra deck, right?
I'm assuming a lot of 3 ofs given the extra.
Yeah, of course. So 3 Albion, 3 Lubellion, 1 Titaniclad.
Did this come up at all?
It didn't. I actually never saw. I might have summoned it to attack her game once. Like off of Albion, summoned this. I did. Under Gozen match. I summoned this and summoned this.
Oh, sick. So it does actually come up.
Yeah, so it did come up. Shout out to Blake Thunderberg. He told me to play 3 Lubellions, and it came up. So
Did the other 2 get hit off extra?
Yep, 100%. Other 2 got hit off extra. 3 Marriages, you don't want to banish them. And then Super Poly targets, you pay a Masquerade, because you could actually make this card with Theater.
That's kind of cool.
I did actually make this card a few times today. Mud Dragon never made it today. Draco made it once. Starving Venom made it once, and then Draco Necro.
Hell yeah. Did it ever, like, contradict having extra and Super Poly? You ever, like, hit the one target you needed? Or?
I did a few times. But usually if my extra is resolving, I'm just, like, drawing the cards that I need, probably.
Mm-hmm. So even if the Super Poly is a little dead, like, you got 2 free cards, it should be okay?
And then I just end up using the Super Poly as bait off of Eldlich, like sending it to grave, baiting it to hand, or discarding it with cards. So it kind of sucks sometimes, but, I mean, like, if I have Super Poly set for long enough where I could Extrav, like, I don't know, Extrav's usually just winning me the game if I'm drawing cards for free. Side deck, so I didn't really play against any combo today, like, or I didn't draw these cards against the combo decks I played. 3 Lava Golem, 2 Sphere Mode. This was for, like, Punk, Furion, Sun Avalon.
Everything with way too many Omnis.
Yeah, I think the last guy was playing Therion. I went first, so I didn't side these in. Yeah. Harpy, triple evenly, same thing, combo, just everything, literally. Everything in the deck, game.
You put this in against like a Despia matchup?
I put this in, every single thing in the game.
Just whenever you're going second?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Every single deck will lose to this card. Or like get hit. Despia, I mean, they could chain their trap and summon a monster, but like you're leaving them with one card and it'll be like a Mirror Jade and they'll add a card to hand, so it's just good. 3D barriers. This card underperformed for sure. It never did anything for me. Because usually my floodgates were just enough. I don't know if I played again. 3 anti-spell. And this card won me a Despia match. I really was siding it for Sky Striker because that was the deck I was scared of.
How come?
It's just my worst matchup. Like, this deck's built to beat Despia, it's built to beat Sword Soul, it's built to beat meta decks. Sky Striker, they could just like outgrind you with like their like they could just outplus you.
That's fair, yeah.
They just have so many cards.
And that functions as a blowout versus them, but also against the best deck in the game, so it definitely
100%.
fits. And it stops the blowouts that hurt you, like Duster and Twin and stuff.
Exactly. So like draw phase, you would just activate this, and then like usually they'll have a lightning storm or something, and then they just can't use it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I actually lost one of my only losses in Swiss for the Sky Striker in like in round 9.
Did you want to go over your matchups real quick?
Yeah.
You said you had them on your phone, right?
Yeah, I have them on
I like doing that. I like taking little notes after the event, or like during the event of what I play against.
Round 1, I played Sky Striker, I 2-0'd them. Round 2, I played Branded, Despia, I 2-0'd them. Then I played another Despia, I 2-1 them. Round 4, I played another Despia, I 2-0'd them. Round 5, I played Paolo. He was playing Libromancer. He won. I lost actually, 2-1.
No.
Yeah, I don't really know what the deck does still. He, like, game 1, he hard bricked, like, hard, didn't have a play, I just win. Game 2, he also hard bricked, and then I just don't know what happened, and he just ended up access coding and some of the 2500 guy, and I was at, like, 72 because of Cristela, and he was attacked for game. And then game 3, I just lost some time, and it, like, wasn't his fault, like, very nice guy. It was just, like, we both, like, literally didn't have a play, and we were both just pass, and then time in the round, I paid 800 with Cursed Elven and lost the duel.
No.
So, that happens.
They still made that top cut, though.
Yeah, right? Then I played Sword Soul, I won 2-1. I played Sword Soul round 7 again, 1-2-1. Played Flanders, which is the easiest matchup. 2-0 them.
You not fear a statue?
No, I mean, you play Skill Drain, there could only be one. Like, yeah, I was scared. I just happened to open up the outs to the statue, to be honest. So you play, like, the Eldlands, the Golden Lord. You play a lot of outs.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually.
That's true. Got a lot more removal for it than the average deck.
Exactly. And then I played Sky Striker. I lost 2-1 round 9. And then today, played Branded Despia Predaplant. Deck was pretty cool. It was really good. He actually just literally, he didn't see my Despia cards game 1 or 2. Game 3, he drew his cards, said end turn. And then I summoned a Luber and did 8,000 damage. So
oh, damn.
he just didn't have a play. I felt very bad.
Is a Luber 8K on its own?
Yeah, well, you Luber, you Brand Fusion, you Mirror Jade, and then you Golden Lore back, and then
oh, yeah.
That's his game.
Jeez.
And then my last round, I played Sword Soul, and I won 2-1. Yeah.
And then in top 32, it was against Yahney, right? Playing.
Yeah, top 32. He's playing Pump Therion, I believe.
There were no Therions in his deck. It was Brave Pump.
Yeah, but I want to shout out Jake Valier, Ben Wyman, Blake Funderburg, Mike Krebs, Garrison. They all helped test against my degenerate deck. They did not have fun.
No one ever does on your test of this deck.
Eventually, like, I didn't even want to play the deck. Like, we go back, I'm like, I am not playing with the deck until tomorrow. So, I mean, yeah, shout out to the guy who made the deck. Like,
yeah, I know the guy you're talking about, too. I can't think of his name, but he went 10-0 to regionals. That's all I remember from the profile.
We had, like, 1 game loss. That's all I remember. And it's just like, they just need to ban Mystic Mind so, like, everyone can play the game.
Yeah, for real.
I literally didn't play Despia because if I get mined, I was just not going to be happy. So, like, yeah. They just need to ban the card.
Well, any closing thoughts or anything?
No, that's it. I mean, the deck definitely performed. I'm just surprised. Like, I beat the decks I thought I was going to beat, basically. So, yeah.
All right, sick. Thank you.
Thank you.